Hello, this is Joe83, and this is round 4 of AOR this season. You can see we're in Austria, and it is raining for the qualifying session at least. So I was feeling a little bit confident with this race. I feel like I have semi-decent pace, enough definitely to fight for the podium positions. So I'll have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, a lot of it is about sticking with the cars in front and making sure you're in slipstream in the races. But you can see, loading my setup here, I decided not to change it for the quali because the race is obviously more important, and I'm never good in the wet anyway, so no point really trying to salvage a lost cause really. So I'll just have to leave it as it is. I ran 8 ballast, I think, so yeah, not look great for the wet weather for me because I'm really bad at controlling the back end. It's the end of my first lap in quali right at the start of the session, so it's pretty heavy rain at the minute. Just about it's keeping within track limit the last corner. Minting on pole at the minute with a 14.5, and I also do a 14.6, so just off him. But later in the session, that's down to P7, so it's not been great. Well, the first lap wasn't amazing, but now going into the end of the lap, obviously, you kind of just want to keep doing laps until the end of the session. Really, like the track could be improving the whole time. Obviously, weather's very unpredictable. But I'm 2 tenths up actually at the minute, so looking like a decent lap as long as I can get the final 2 corners just about right, which I don't at all. If I'm very wide, lost a bit of time through the first part of it, and the second part just about keeping within the track limits there. Up to the line, and it's going to be a small improvement up to 5th place with a 14.4, but that obviously position doesn't really matter at this point in the session. But you can see it's starting in my next lap, and it's been a much better start to the lap. I'm already 3.5 tenths up of going through turn 1, so this could be a very good lap. I think pole at the minute was a 13.8, so if I can get near that, I'll be very happy. So coming up to turn 2 now, I'm purple by a 10th and a bit in sector 1, so try and keep it together through turn 2. And you can see the delta, it's half a second, almost 6 tenths up now. It is 6 tenths, just about controlling the back end. And now down towards the next corner, it's on for a high 13 here, as if I can keep it together. I'm running a little bit low on fuel, so I'm going to have to run rich and medium for some parts of the lap. I run a little bit wide there, lost a bit of time. Lost about a 10th compared to our previous lap through that corner, and now going to high-speed middle sector. Just about, well, I'm missing the apex quite heavily there. I think it might have been a slight bit of dirty air, but not much Hugo 1 could have done about that. So yeah, I'm only about 3 tenths up now. If I can just keep it together through the last 2 corners. Getting quite a low oversteer, working the wheel quite hard here, but max fuel, overtake mode, through the final 2 corners. We're only a 10th up, so I've completely bottled the middle sector. And now through the final 2 corners. Loads of oversteer through the set, and that's really compromised the last quarter, and I've completely bottled it. It's absolutely gone. That lap could have been good enough for a provisional pole, but I ended up not even improving, so that's great. Yeah, this is the end of the session, only 50 seconds left, so going to wait for 2 laps again at the end. I'm going to think I'm just about improve on this lap as long as I keep the final corner together. And yes, just about, although a little bit oversteer again, so it's going to be a very small improvement up to still P8, 6 tenths off pole. Now coming down towards turn 1. This is my best lap in quali as it is right at the end, and I did actually improve on this lap, but the turn 1 really was nowhere near as committed as that really good lap that I bottled. So yeah, that I think my theoretical best this session probably would have got me on pole, which is really annoying because my sector 1 was unbelievable, and the middle sector wasn't bad, but then the last sector I completely bottled it previously. But yeah, sliding quite a lot through the exit of turn 2, still working the wheel in like 5th gear. That's not very good. But we're just over a 10th up. Totti goes pole actually with a 13.6, so that's a very good lap from him in the Haas. And now going on to turn 3, third gear actually, making sure to try and get good traction, but over the curve a little bit, and still getting a little bit of oversteer in like 5th gear. I don't really know what's going on. Obviously, 8 ballast isn't the best in the wet for me, as I said. The 3 middle sector now, try and keep it together, and just running over the curb on the exit, and now try and keep it inside the track limits, and just get through this section as fast as possible. We're about a 10th and a half up, a little bit oversteer on the exit of that corner, but we just started through, and now we're down to 8th at the minute, but through the final 2 corners, braking just below 50 meter board, trying to take the inside curve a lot, and running out of the exit and keeping it as wide as possible for the best run through the final corner, not running wide there, and towards the line it's going to be a 2 tenth improvement, up to a 14.2, which is P7, which is not the best. I could have got a lot better if I kept that lap together, obviously. But it's actually going to be P6 because Gymnast has a 5-place penalty. I don't really know what for. But yeah, P6. My teammate Kez, actually, who's still on the pad, is at 2nd place on the grid, so front row start for him. Very good for the Toro Rosso team. So we're going to be 2nd and 6th. Totti actually get pole. But obviously, because it was wet, we get a free tyre choice. So I decided to actually go for ultra softs because my starts are notoriously horrific. So I thought if I try and do the alternate strategy, then I can get a good start and hopefully get track position and push at the start of the race. But you can see the 5 red lights coming on now for the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's away we go from 6th on the grid, picked alongside me, the championship leader, and try and get a good start here. We've done pretty well to get it off the line. A lot of cars going side by side of him. He got a bit of space. I'm going to brake late. Got the inside of Pickler's into turn 1. A little bit of contact there. and actually pick up a warning, which isn't going to be helpful. But yeah, we actually got past Tapan, who's gone behind both of us. I was onside Pickless, and we're just about ahead of him. Got the inside line for turn 2 as well, so hopefully this will be that move done and breaking the 100-meter board. Obviously, very cold tyres, we're right at the start of the race. Down to first gear, Kez is down to 3rd from 2nd on the grid. I'm up to 4th from 6th, so it's been a pretty good start for me for once, which yeah, and doesn't really happen, especially in the races. I normally take it ultra cautiously, but I decided to go for it this time and just about make it work. Someone's going diving down the inside in the proximity area, as you can see there, but we're just about into 4th place, decent start, and obviously the ultra soft tyres will have quite a good delta at the minute in terms of pace, so hopefully I can push on, start gapping the cars behind me and start pushing through and try and catch in the top 2. Our teammate Kez on the Super Softs, we were in a party together. He said that if I got close enough to go for something, he'd let me through, or like not per much of a fight. Obviously, I'm not going to get close if he keeps track extending like that. But yeah, coming on to the end of lap 2, obviously DRS enabled now. Tapan is still right behind me, so hopefully he doesn't go for anything stupid. But breaking the 100-meter board, almost hitting the back of Kez, very close there. That would have been very poor. Actually pick up another warning, so really not going well for me. But we're quite a long way behind Kez. He hasn't got DRS, so Slipstream's going to be pretty good. But Tapan is also very close to me, so he's going to go for something. But Kez losing a lot of speed, and he's going to go down the inside of him, making sure not to yeah, run wide or anything. And taking that position pretty easily. Kez trying to stay with me, but up into 3rd place now, and Tapan is still just behind him, so hopefully Kez can hold up Tapan for a bit, because I feel like Tapan's got a pretty good pace here, but Tapan sends it up the inside of Kez. It also hit me, so that was a brilliant and well-controlled move by the Force India there. And yeah, he dive bombed so hard he hit the car ahead of the car is meant to be overtaken, so you can see lap 7 now, quite a lot later. Minty in the Sauber has fallen into my clutches. I've actually gapped quite a lot. The cars behind me, it's Tapan and then Pickless are behind me. I think Kez is a bit out of position because it was better in the wet than it is in the dry. But you can see Totti is absolutely gone at this point, so looks pretty comfortable for him at the minute. But Minty in my DRS range now, and we're in the slipstream, not going to go for anything to turn 1 though. That would be very risky and stupid, quite frankly. And now down to through turn 1, 3rd gear, short shifting to 4th up to in the exit, and now overtake mode in the slipstream. Try go to the inside. He's defending quite hard, but there's a bit of a gap on the right. I'm going to try and go for it down the inside of the braking at the 100-meter board of the Sauber. And 1st gear, trying to keep it together on the exit, and just about done that. Pretty nice move up into 2nd place there, and I'll hopefully push on. Although it is lap 8, so my tyres are going to be a little bit beyond their best now. I'm trying to get to about lap 12 or 13, so and then soft tyres to the end of the race. Trying to defend from Minty as well, keeping that position pretty nicely. He can't do a switchback or anything, but obviously it's going to be quite difficult to gap him now because of the tyres are basically going to be the same pace at the minute, or if not him, slightly faster than me on the Super Softs. But yeah, quite a big gap, 4-second gap to Totti, so he's basically walked away with it already. And now through the turn 1 on lap 10, not too far from my pit window now, and try to keep Minty behind me, because he's Tapan behind him as well, is also one to keep an eye on. And down towards turn 2, try to go defensive on Minty. He's going to switch the outside line, breaking out the meat board, try to take a good corner, just about holding him off, and he's not close enough on the exit, although he's going to get good traction as my ultra softs are really struggling with it now. And overtake mode, Rich Mix, keeping on the right hand side of the track for the next corner, for the inside line of the next corner, breaking just outside the 100-meter board, try to force him wide and taking that position, or keeping that position rather, in 2nd place. But you can see I've got a bit of a train forming behind me now of I think it's Tapan, then Pickless, and Minty and Kez, the next 2 cars. So it's 2nd down to 6th. They're all very close at the minute. Tapan not close enough over move. I was a little worried, so I try and close in line in the braking zone a bit. Loads oversteer and exit, unfortunately, and Tapan's going to have a good run now. Down towards the next corner. My tyres are really struggling, especially on the rears, in traction zones and everything. So Tapan down the outside he goes, trying to brake late, but he's just going to hold it on the outside, looks like. I've not got enough, almost a bit of contact there, but didn't have enough room to really get the power down early enough, so Tapan takes that pretty easily. And now at the end of the lap, didn't pit that lap, but I think I was trying to pit this lap. But yeah, 3rd gear for the 1st corner, try not to run wide and pick up a warning. That would be pretty stupid at this point in the race. Just really trying to keep Pickless behind. I'm pretty sure he's definitely faster than me at this point in the race, but I'm pretty sure our pace is pretty similar most of the time, so he's going to go for it actually. Down the inside, I almost hit the back of Tapan. That was very close to my front wing being gone. So unfortunately, Pickless has got past, and Minty's now side by side with me as well, so I'm trying to keep him behind. I'm not opening DRS for some reason. I was too busy changing ERS modes, I think. But yeah, Minty's down the inside now, and just about going to hold that. I'm trying to brake late around the outside though. I've swung it all the way around, but not got enough grip to hold it. And unfortunately, I'll be down to 5th. I so nearly lost my front wing on the back of the back of Tapan there. I was very lucky to not make contact. But I'm going to pit this lap onto the soft tyres, get out of the way of Kez, hopefully he can go and chase the 2nd place pack that I've kind of bottled up for a bit. So now I'm braking just before the shadow and down to 50 mile an hour. Pitting onto the soft tyres. I was quite happy with my strategy actually, because now it means I get a massive undercut. Although my softs will be a lot older at the end of the race. These guys on the supers will be going to lap 16, 17, something like that. So it's a good 3-lap undercut that I'm going to get at least. So hopefully I can push on and really, make an undercut work and hold that second place that I was close to, although I dropped to 5th right at the end. But I was second most of the stint, really. We're coming out in P10 now, but obviously everyone ahead of me, apart from, and I'm pretty sure everyone, had another stop to make. Riley in 11th has already stopped for the softs. He did the same strategy as me. And now coming down to the line. Start at lap 16, he feels later, and you can see a few cars in the pits. That's Minty and Pickless. So it's going to be very close between me and Pickless. Don't quite know what's happened to Minty, but through turn 1 now, almost side by side with Pickless, but we just about get ahead. And I've managed to undercut him, although not by much. Obviously he's going to have cold tyres now as we just come out on the pits. So hopefully I can try and pull away slightly, but it's going to be pretty difficult as the slipstream is so powerful around here. That he's probably just going to stay with me, to be honest. But now at the end of the next lap, and you see Tapan also in the pits, the guy who I was racing for P2, and third gear for turn 1, trying to keep it nice and tidy on exit, just about ahead of Tapan, and he's actually ahead of Pickless as well, so hopefully they can start battling, and I can maybe pull away, but we'll have to wait and see. Going out towards turn 2, and just about trying to hold it on the normal racing line. Neither of them are close enough to go for a move, and they're battling pretty hard. I think Pickless has just about got Tapan though. And you see Totti came out quite a long way ahead, so the undercut didn't work on him. But you can see on lap 18 now, braking normally. Pickless not close enough for move, so he thinks better of it. And then coming storming up the inside is Tapan, and he's completely wiped off my front wing. Yeah, that was very frustrating. As I'm pretty sure I was easily had the pace for a podium. So yeah, Tapan decides to absolutely kamikaze me, which allowed Pickless to go through. Also, my front wing I've got damage, so it's going to cost me at least half a second a lap probably. But I'm not going to bother pitting because I'm pretty sure it'll be faster to just not pit than actually going for it. But yeah, I did take that to the stewards, and Tapan got a 10-second penalty for that, so hopefully I can stay within 10 seconds of him. And I'll turn down towards turn 2 on the next lap. Riley is going to go up the inside, although he's overcooked it a bit and gone wide. So I'm going to take that back up into P4. Although someone hasn't pit yet, so it's effectively P3 still. But yeah, Tapan, I don't know what he was thinking. He must have missed his braking point or something. But yeah, it's just my luck that the one race I'm doing reasonably well this season, and I get a good start, good strategy, doing well in P2, defending well, and then all of a sudden the car completely wipes me out. So all I want is a clean race. So far, nothing's gone my way really. China was close to being good, but then I had to wait behind Kes in the stops, which is kind of my own fault. But yeah, Bahrain got damaged, and Australia wasn't even racing. So Riley is now overtaking me. Tapan is just behind me again, who somehow didn't get damaged despite wiping me out. So yeah, coming down to the next corner, trying to stay in the slipstream of Riley. Tapan is around me outside, going to try and defend pretty hard here, so I'm not really happy with him. And almost, well, I was basically just pushed him off there. Yeah, I wasn't very happy with him, you can probably tell. And you can imagine how raging I was during the actual race. And apparently I felt like he deserved no space, so I didn't give him any. So that's Tapan. Got pushed off the grass on that occasion. A couple of hours later, he's back on my tail though, so not much I can really do here. Because he's going to have DRS and slipstream, and probably quite a big overspeed down to the braking zone. Just breaking a bit before the meter board and try to stay ahead of him. Another bit of contact there, almost losing the back end. But that time Tapan does get the move cleanly, and he's up into 4th place with quite a long way still to go. So if I can maybe stay with him, then there's a chance of beating him, because obviously he's had a 10-second penalty from the stewards, but I've also gone really wide there, so I'm not going to stay with him. I keep doing that. But I see my teammate Kes is just behind me now. And there is a few cars ahead of me. That's Tapan and Riley getting pretty close together. Riley's actually come from like 12th on the grid. He's up into a podium place now, so very good so far for him. We're over halfway through the race now, so not too long to go. And Kes didn't go down the inside. I sort of went to let him through, because obviously he has got a full front wing, and he also pit about 3 laps later than everyone else, so he can do quite a good strategy. He's got like very fresh soft tyres compared to most people, so hopefully he can push on and really put some pressure on the podium places. You can see lap 24, a couple laps later now, down towards turn 2, and there's a lot of battling up ahead. I think that's Tapan and Riley going at it, and Kes is trying to get involved as well. And now there's a bit of contact there. Riley and Tapan, they made a bit of a crash, and I'm back up into 4th place, which I think is it's actually net 4th place now, because whoever it was has already pit. But now Minty is just behind me, so he's going to go down the inside. I was not allowing that. I sort of just turned in there and hoping he was going back out, which he sensibly did, but I was not letting it through there. That was it was too far back for space, so I just turned in. Pretty robust of ending this race now looking back at it, but it was borderline fair, I'd call it. But yeah, 4th place now. Kes has got 2-second gaps. Hopefully he can push on, as while I'm holding up a train behind me again, which I feel like I've been doing all race. Now Minty's got a massive overspeed. He's going to go on the outside. of the final corner, just about holding him off through the fast right-handers of the final 2 corners. Now going onto the pit straight, he's going to be very close to me again. You can see, I think it's like a 5-car train that are all in my slipstream now. I don't have DRS and everyone else does, so Minty's going to go for it up the inside of turn 1, take that position with pretty easily. Obviously my damage is really not helping, otherwise I would probably be right with Pickler still, which is pretty annoying because Pickler is in the world of his own in 2nd place. And now up the inside is Tapan as well. He's going to go for it. I'm not allowing that really, and Minty has got that position pretty easily. Not really close enough for me on him. Tapan's got good traction though, so I'm going to have to fight this pretty hard because I'm still don't want to let him through. We're basically, I reckon when he gets his 10 seconds added, he'll be pretty close to the end of the race. I don't want to let him through, and I'm braking very late here, almost stifling up the inside Minty. I was basically just trying to not let Tapan pass, which almost meant I hit Minty, but luckily not. But we're staying 5th for now. And now a couple hours later, Tapan is very close to me again, so you can see a little bit of a gap behind Tapan is emerging, but going defensive into turn 2, braking very late, which is a little bit too late there, I think, but no, got it slowed down just about. Yellow flag behind, and I think Riley has wiped everyone out. Yeah, not the best move by him. I saw it after the race. Riley basically missed his braking point and hit Tapan, which then gave another 2 cars damage, I think. But you can see the end of lap. I'm turning a little bit too early there, a little big, hit the sausage curve on the inside. So yeah, unfortunately, all the hard work of Riley taking everyone out has not paid off because I've made a mistake straight away. But Tapan's going to go for it over the inside from well back. I'm not sure what he's thinking, but I've had to leave in space on the inside, get a warning as well for good measure. And unfortunately, I think I ended up with 6 seconds of penalties, which isn't that bad for this track, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, a lot of people will have penalties, so there's a lot to play for still at the end of the race. And Tapan just about goes at the inside, can't really defend that. And obviously he's got fresher tyres and low damage, so he's going to pull away from me quite easily now, unless I can stay with him. And we're in the 6G overtake mode actually, so maybe around the outside off turn 3. It's be a very bold move if it comes off. Almost swinging around the outside. Can we get that slowed down? Just about. And he's got the inside line for a little kink of I think turn 4 this, and unfortunately he's going to hold that, and I've locked up my front left and gone very wide there. This section is really where the front wing hurts a lot, so Tapan's going to pull away pretty easily in this section, and obviously the rest of the sections as well because of his fresh tyres, and having a full wing obviously does help. It would be nice to have a full wing, but we all know what happened. And I see lap 32 actually, the 4 suspect is right behind me again, so yeah, not much I can really do. My tyres are beyond their best at this point in the race, and really the front wing is hampering a lot, as I keep repeating, but it keeps being true. So he's going up the inside actually in this section of the track, which I didn't really expect, but he's kind of forced me over the curve a bit there. He's gone around the outside, which is a fair enough move I think, but it was a bit like Max Verstappen in 2018 when he did that on Kimi Räikkönen on lap 1, but unfortunately that was the end of the race for me, down into P7, which is not where I wanted to be, and I couldn't run the 5 few corners of the race. Catherine is right behind me, so yeah, my race really didn't go to plan, but over the line of P7, it's actually going to be P6 with penalties. No, it isn't, it's P7 with penalties. But yeah, he's P6 once Tapan gets to 10 seconds. But you can see on the results, I really do think I had the pace for a podium. I was keeping up with Pickles quite a lot in the first stint, and if I didn't get damage, then I could have stayed with him, I think. So unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. I'll have better races this season, hopefully. But yeah, next race is Britain, which is one of my favourites. So I'm really hoping I do well there. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more. This has been JMO3, and I'll see you next time.